What's up, guys? I'm Fabio Salas, and welcome to the Living Mad channel, where we talk all about the American dream. Today, I want to talk to you about a topic that is somewhat divisive. People always seem to be on one side of the fence or the other, and that's this: are we a product of our environment, or do we become the person that we craft? Do we have a choice in what kind of person we become? Now, depending on your background, where you were born, upbringing, etc., your opinion on this may be, I don't want to say biased, but heavily influenced by that. Say, for example, you were born in a third world country. Very hard to make it out of the third world country. You live in poverty, don't have access to good education, medical services, etc. So a lot of the people in those environments, in those countries, find it difficult to amount to anything in their lives, whether it's financially, with their jobs, you name it. Here in America, we see the same thing. If you're born in the lower income families, live in a low income neighborhood, again, don't have the best schools. A lot of people say, well, because of your environment, because of where you were born, where you lived growing up, you can't make it out of there. You're stuck in that environment. But then you meet people who were born in that same environment who become successful. They go on to attend Ivy League colleges, attain great paying careers, good family lives, everything. And they say, well, I was born there and I was not a product of my environment. I crafted a better life for myself. And then you'll find people at the top end of the spectrum, born to wealthy families, saying the same thing on both sides of the fence again. So it's difficult to know which one is it really. So what I want to propose to you is that it doesn't have to be one or the other. I think it's a combination of the two. Let me explain to you what I mean. I think that you have the power to make choices in your life, but those choices that you make will influence the environment that you're in. The friends that you surround yourself with, how you relate with your family, how you deal with people at work, all of these are daily decisions that impact you and change your future. When you make a decision to change your friends, to change jobs, to move to a different city, those are personal decisions that you're making that can potentially change your future for the better or for the worse, but they also change your environment. And your environment does play a fact, or is a factor in who you become. If you surround yourself with successful people who are always trying to do more, whether it's educating themselves more, whether it's trying to get promotions, trying to invest, if you surround yourself with those kinds of people, they will influence you, they will push you, they will motivate you, give you that drive and initiative to want to do more with your life. But if you surround yourself with people who have a self-defeating mentality, who think the world is against them, who think they can't improve their situation, they will bring you down. They won't motivate you, they won't inspire you. You won't notice it. You'll think it's normal. You'll think this is just the way life is. You won't realize that those people are holding you back. So you gotta make the decision to improve yourself by changing your environment, by changing the people around you, by changing your circumstances. Now, it's not easy. Changing the people around you, that might be a somewhat easy. Changing your friends, you can choose who your friends are going to be. You can't always choose as easily what job you're going to be, what city you're going to live in, where your roots are. Those aren't things you can necessarily change immediately, but it's possible with preparation, with time, with some thought process ahead of time. So that's the first thing I want you to keep in mind, is you can make decisions about that. The second thing, which is just as important, is understanding that you craft an environment, not just for yourself, but for others. So when you have kids, what kind of environment are you providing for them? At work, what kind of environment are you providing for your coworkers? If you're a manager, a supervisor, a leader, what kind of environment are you creating for your workers? Do they want to come to work because of the environment that you create? Or do they dread going to work because you're the boss that nobody wants to be around, or the coworker that nobody wants to deal with because you're just stubborn or rude, or just treat people in a way that nobody deserves to be treated? So what kind of environment are you creating for others? At the same time, while you're creating that environment for others, you got to understand that that process of creating that environment is influencing you. Every action that you take every single day is crafting the person that you are tomorrow. So think about, what environment do you want to be in? What's going to help you grow? What's going to help you be a better person? By doing that, you're going to help create a better environment for others. This is especially important when you're at the bottom, when you're first getting started. We talk about the American dream. The American dream has to start somewhere, and we don't all start at the top. Some of us start at the top, some of us start in the middle, some of us start at the bottom. When you're at the bottom, that environment is crucial. If you're not surrounding yourself with the right people, if you're not creating the right environment for others, you're going to stay at the bottom. And that's all there is to it. You're going to stay at the bottom because you don't have the right mindset, you don't have the right people, you don't have the right culture, you don't have the right environment. So when you think about what kind of life do I want to have in the future, I want you to think about the here and now. What kind of life am I living today? What kind of life am I surrounding myself with today? Because your environment today can make or break your future, depending on where you're at. All right, guys, that's all I'm gonna leave you with today. If you enjoyed this content, if you wanna hear some more, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll keep this going. Keep living mad, and I'll see you in the next video.